On the phone last night with Drake is crazy. An older man, a younger woman, and a list of claims so wild that I had to Google them after they left. I'm talking about politicians, celebrities, and even some government titles were in there. They booked my most expensive room, but nothing about them added up. Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. You hear about wild Airbnb stories all the time. Guests that leave your place spotless, others that just turn your place into a complete frat house. But this one, have you heard of it? Because today I don't know if I'm exposing someone, uncovering an international scandal, or just the most random, weirdest flex ever. One moment I'm nodding politely, the next thing I'm checking if I'm about to be Airbnb swindled. Buckle up. At the time, I had a shared listing in Ontario and I ran it with my sister. We needed money, point blank. These guests, they told us that every hotel was fully booked in town, and so they ended up staying with us. And when I mean they, I mean a very interesting pair. They booked our jewel, the suite. This wasn't a regular Airbnb room. No, this was built at a time where builders felt like building bedrooms like ballrooms just because they could. This room was super spacious, it was clean, there was even like a small seating area. Honestly, like you look at it and you think about it as like its own apartment. But let's be real, this wasn't luxury hotel level. There was no concierge, there was no champagne on ice. But for like a shared home, this place was top tier. He walks in first, older guy in his mid-60s maybe, rocking that rich old European style. I'm talking about a well-tailored jacket and a crisp shirt with a watch that literally screams, "I'm expensive." Not loud rich, but the kind of rich where you smell the confidence before you smell the perfume. Then comes the woman, younger, stylish, confident in that I know important people way. She could have been in fashion, PR, entertainment. He introduced her to us as his assistant. From the first day from the jump, this man was on a mission to subtly flex. And when I mean subtle, I mean not at all. Within the first 10 minutes, I had received unsolicited TED Talks on real estate investment strategy and how to use leverage like the rich do, and why the best thing for me to do right now was to follow his financial blueprint. Then came the numbers. Out of nowhere, unprovoked, this man just drops my banking daily limit is $15,000. Here, like, I'm already suspicious because if you have to tell strangers your banking limit, that's already a red flag to me. In my head, I'm like, sir, this is Airbnb. This is not a financial podcast. I'm just here to show you where the towels are. And then the cherry on top of this man looks at me right in my eyes and tells me that, oh, last night he was on the phone with the president of Haiti, casually, just like if you'd asked your friend to grab some milk from the store. It was natural. Mind you, like I never asked him anything about his life, his work, who he knew, nothing. Like for me, it was like, you're here for 3 nights and I'm not your LinkedIn connection. So I don't understand. Guys, be honest, if someone mentioned their banking limits within 15 minutes of meeting them, what were you gonna do? Drop in the comments below and let me know, because maybe I'm the one being super paranoid, but this to me is not normal behavior, like at all. At this point, Grandpops was vibes, but to be honest, I don't know if I had the stamina in me to keep on hearing all of these stories. And also, I couldn't confront him. I didn't have the means, and I honestly didn't care that much. I was an undergrad engineering student. My hobbies included crying over math or pretending to have free time. I was just in avoid mode. His partner was in their room most of the time, so I just classified her as normal. Then on the second night, I get a notification from Airbnb and it's a message from her. She is calling me up to their room to switch on the fireplace. It was one of those fake electric ones that's more decoration than heat. That's when she starts her round of flexing. Big connections in the entertainment world, casually drops a name you definitely know, and then without skipping a beat, "Oh yeah, I know Drake, we're really cool with the OVO crew." Bruh, like, look, this woman pulls out her phone, she shows me IG and just like scrolling through photos like we're at some VIP meet and greet. Except she didn't have that many followers. And the photos, they were given like blurry flip phone energy. Like, I don't know what all of this was about. At this point, I'm just nodding and smiling because what do you even say to that? Then she hits me with the, oh, if you ever need a hookup, let me know. And in my head, I'm like a hookup with Drake from my shared listing in the suburbs? Really? Again, I didn't ask for any of this information. I'm just here to make sure that you have clean towels and you have the Wi-Fi password. I'm not trying to network my way into the Canadian music industry. On the third night, my sister and I decided to host a big dinner for the people in the house, which included obviously us and then that pair that was staying with us. Everyone is just like eating and laughing, and for a split second, I just think that, okay, you know what? Maybe this stay is gonna end on a quiet note and that's it. But no, halfway through, he's back at it again. This leader, that minister, dropping names like it's a political mixtape. Then the wine kicks in. If you know, you know. That's when the deleted scenes start playing. Now, I know what you guys are wondering. Where is the woman in all of this? Well, she decided to exclude herself. Maybe she was tired, or maybe she was just FaceTiming Drake and deciding on the next OVO tour dates or something. Anyways, we kept her a plate. Back to him, drumroll. Then the big drop. He gave his official title. He's telling me that like he's a government official, and not any government official. He claims that he was the consul of my own country, and I didn't know. Then he proceeds to show me this website. And when I say website, I mean something that looked like it was built over a lunch break in 2006. You couldn't find him on Google. You had to put in the exact URL, and there were multiple URLs, and he wasn't even sure which one was his. It was just very suspicious, if you ask me. And then I see my country's flag on this page, which is a bit weird because the first night he had asked me where I was from, and I told him. So now I'm asking myself, is he legit, or did I just inspire the world's shadiest update? Now my brain was just all over the place. Like, were these people that important, or were they just good storytellers that just treated every conversation like a sales pitch? Honestly, you know what, like these claims, they just kept on piling up, like presidents, Drake, ministers. Like, I don't know, did I just book the G7 summit into my spare room? This whole thing was just pure comedy. But here's the thing that's not adding up. If you guys are so well connected, so famous, so important, why would you book a shared listing in the suburbs in Ontario? Better yet, like, why are you sharing a room with your assistant? Like, you guys could have even booked 2 rooms in our house. And to be fair, I've hosted rich guests before, and most of the time you don't know they're there. They're just in their spaces, doing their thing, and it's probably just after they've left, checked out, that you would hear about them in the news or just see them on TV, and that's it. My experience, the more someone talks about how important they are, I start Googling. And at this point, my Google search history was probably like if I was trying to uncover some international scandal. I'll be real, I don't know if any of it was true because I didn't fact check. But what I do know is that I got 3 days of continuous entertainment to what seemed to be a pilot for Netflix series for the biggest con artist in Canada, plus more questionable proof than the Flat Earthers group chat. So I'm leaving it to you. Will you believe them or not? Drop in the comments below. And if you ever had a guest whose story sounded more like a script than reality, please share it too. So that's it for this story. Hit that subscribe button for more hosting madness, and see you guys next time.